and in mass media and cultural studies, and also science and technology. So we use a lot of things like Facebook in the classroom and mobile apps and things because that's my forte.
Right, which brings me to one of my first questions, which is the idea of frictionless sharing. And it's a problem that surfaced with Facebook sharing. And can you tell us a little bit about what frictionless sharing is in social media networks?
Well, if it's so easy to share, if there's no effort involved, then we can just say it's frictionless. So if there's media out there that's short, it's YouTubeable, it's plugged into social networks, it's just so easy, so people don't have to think about it. Or it could be that Facebook would share things on your behalf when you don't even remember really opting in, and that could be a little more painful.
Exactly. So how much is too much? Can there be an overload? And I mean, the idea is, it's been speculated so much. So do you believe that such online networks can be an involuntary invasion of an individual's privacy?
The words Facebook and privacy just don't belong together at all, do they? It's just about, broadcasting the minute details of our life. And Mark Zuckerberg thinks this is a great idea. And maybe for most of us, most days, it doesn't really matter. But it can get really irritating when your friends are too loud and they're oversharing. Or it can be really painful when somebody, tags you in a photo or something that you just didn't want that necessarily to be part of your digital footprint. Mm-hmm. So I think sharing and the politics of sharing are endlessly interesting. I mean, you can always get a good discussion going with students about that.
Right, and you're one of the few professors actually who support social media tools like cell phones in classrooms. So can you tell us about how you think cell phones are a learning tool inside the classroom?
Well, when students come to the class with a laptop and a phone in their pocket or on the desk, then you've got a lot of technology at your disposal. We can do lots of things with that. And a lot of my students will sort of help out by crowdsourcing the lecture, fact-checking the lecture, and also sharing, tweeting or updating their status or updating the page for the course. So there's just tons and tons of research on the fly they can do, and also tons of peer-to-peer communication. And I truly think that the social media piece is the reason why the classes are so full all the time, because news spreads.
Okay, and how can you, as a professor, ensure that cell phones and other media tools are used positively inside the classroom? I mean, by supporting the concept of using media networks like Facebook and Twitter and MySpace and YouTube, aren't students sort of being given the opportunity to be distracted? So how do you ensure that they focus on the professor and the lecture solely?
Yeah. You absolutely can't. That's just, I think if you try to control how people are going to use their technology, you're going to fail. And I think if you put all your professors in a room, say at a conference with all of our gadgets, our tablets and laptops and phones, and then the speaker tried to control us, they would also have a massive fail. So I don't fight that battle, but I think that the proof is sort of in the way that these things unfold. So there's so much value on the Facebook page for a course, or there's so much value on the Twitter feed for the course, and it just demonstrates itself. So I don't try to control students, and if I did, I would lose miserably anyway. So.
And talking a bit about social media networks and the positive impact that they've had in social recruiting and job searching. Is that another invasion of your privacy? Because, I mean, employers are provided a sneak peek into the lives of people that they hire before hiring them. But usually just the positive implications are looked at. What are some of the negative impacts of something like this?
When a prospective employer, Googles you, it's one thing. If they can take a peek at your Facebook, it's another. But I think that for the most part, Queen's students know what time it is with that and have Facebook profiles. The privacy settings are pretty high. So they've got them pretty much locked down. However, you never know. It could be somebody on the selection committee who decides to friend you, and next thing you know, they do have access. So sticky situation and privacy implications are huge. Another topic it's guaranteed to have strong opinions around the table, but I think most students would agree that employers are going to try to get more information about you than they would be legally able to ask in an interview, and that's sketchy.
So now coming to the Media and Journalism Conference that you're hosting at Queen's, can you tell us a little bit about that and what you've got planned?
The conference at Queen's is sort of the first of its kind. So to have, lots of people coming from the industry who can tell us, sort of how to really get a job in the industry and how to really make an impact, how to translate all the various degrees that they earned in post-secondary education into a career in media and journalism. it's going to be a fantastic opportunity. It's something that we've never had here at Queen's before.
Alrighty, and what is the aim specifically of this conference? What do you hope to achieve?
Well, it seems like from talking to the organizers, their vision for the conference is to just really have that kind of bridge between, you know, what we're doing on campus and the next step. So I think we don't have a lot of great advice, channels for great advice about how to make it, how to get a job, how to become more visible to employers. And I think this conference will be from a lot of Queen's alum and recent grads and people who are in the mix, and it will really tell us what time it is with a new job in film and media and media and journalism.
So it's learning how to practically apply your degree?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think it will definitely connect, you know, what we do on campus and in the classrooms to what you're going to be required to do once you're, you know, in the newsroom or, you know, on scene.
Great. And for anyone who may be interested in taking part in the conference, can you provide a little bit of information for our viewers?
No, I can't. You're going to have to go to Facebook to get all the details.
Yeah.
I've just been going to Facebook as my default landing page for this event, and it has all the ways that you can sign up and register, so just look for it on Facebook and you'll know what time it is.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for talking to us today, and we wish you the best of luck for the conference.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.